Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome back once again to Coffee with HDR. I just thought it'd be kind of cool to have one of those reverb machines like that and be able to do that, coffee with HDR. So I think the first thing we need to talk about a little bit here is how the audio is. Is it high enough? I'm not going to really like this camera, I don't think. I still trying to get some adjustments on this camera. Uh, anyway, I was actually talking this morning already to the Fireside Chat boys. We were chit-chatting a little bit, getting ready for the show tomorrow. That show tomorrow, just so you know, will be on Bronco Rides channel at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, so it's going to be a really big show. I'm sure he has some good stuff planned there for us, and it'll be interesting. So anyway, let's go down through here. We're going to talk a little bit about who is in the chat room already this morning, and welcome to everybody here on another Saturday morning for show number 66. Jeff Rice, Harley Moonrider, HDAV Traveler, Jackie Boy, Captain Ed, The Dusty Chronicles, Bob Nelson. Let's see who else we got in here. We're trying to catch up here real quick. Paul's in there this morning. Smyrna Cowboys in the house. Good morning. And I got your stickers. Thank you very much. Mrs. HDR really got a kick out of the one that says the hoot, or is it? Yeah, the old coot on a scoot. She really loves that sticker. So that's awesome. Thank you. The Dusty Chronicles is in there. 69. It looks like it might be a riding day for you today. Jim Wilson, Rocky J, Bronco Rides in the house. Good morning, Bronco Ride. See who else we got in there. Money 7855. The Anonymous Bikers in town. Good morning and welcome to the show. Debbie's in here. Mallory. Good morning. Glad to have you on board there this morning. The Harley Road Show's in here. Good morning, Harley Road Show. And hopefully your shows are doing well there in Canada. Mike Martin, good morning to you. Mike Bodine, good morning. Bodine 52, good morning. Nice to have you on board there this morning. Guns and Rides. Yeah, let's see here. Russell, good morning to you. Nancy Weems, good morning. Good morning. Good morning to everybody in here. Still a little congested there. I'll talk about that a little bit here. Ron Kelly, good morning. Good to have you in there this morning. And I think the chat room is caught up. That was pretty easy there this morning. Anyway, so what's been happening with your good old friend HDR this week? Well, this week has been one of those very interesting weeks. On Sunday, I didn't feel 100%. So can everybody hear me okay, first of all? Hopefully everybody out there can hear me okay. I'm just going to wait until the delay kicks up there, and you guys will give me a thumbs up if you can hear the audio all right there this morning. I made a little change. I put my preamp. Okay, you can hear it. Good deal. Good deal. Thanks, Bob. Good, Bronco, right? Thank you. So I put my preamp back into the system. If you remember, the preamp actually went after a storm, and I messed with it a little bit yesterday and kind of did some audio checks. So it seems like it's okay now. So I think that's pretty important. Audio is good. Perfect. Good morning, Triglide Ed. Good to have you in there this morning. Always nice to have you on board there with us. So anyway, let's get back to this here. Yeah, so Sunday, I felt weird. And I don't know what the feeling was. It was just like I just felt like I was had no energy. I just kind of sat in the recliner, and I told Miss HR, I said, I just can't move around. I just can't do anything. So anyway, Monday morning at 3 a.m., I woke up, and like many of us mature gentlemen, I woke up and I went to the bathroom, right? Like many of us do in the middle of the night. Something that we have to live with as we get into our mature ages. You sound a little congested this morning. Money 78, you're exactly right. Try some green tea. Man, thank you. That's a good idea. Uh, you sound a bit nasally. Uh, I can relate. I've had a sinus infection for 4 months. Dusty Chronicles, good morning. Mr. McStash is in the house. Good morning, McStash. I should have my McStash shirt on today, huh? Because I know. I know. Does it mean old dudes pee a lot, Bob? Yeah. Yeah, it means older dudes pee a lot, I guess. If you have to say it that way. Sure, sure. So anyway, Monday morning at 3 a.m., I woke up to go to the bathroom and I got these cold chills, man. I mean, I was freezing. Like I was shaking. I was so cold. So I crawled back in bed. I actually grabbed two other blankets and I wrapped myself up inside those underneath our comforter. And I was still shivering. And then I just started sweating, like this wet sweat, like the bed was soaking wet. And I already went to the bathroom, so I knew I was okay there. But you get the picture, right? It was just terrible, terrible chills. So I picked up the phone right away and I called work. I said, look, I'm not coming in. So I gave them notice that I wasn't going to come in on Monday. I needed a day to relax. So anyway, by that time, we had notification that there was this, and I can't really get into any of that, but um, let's push forward. So Miss HDR came home and she said, "Hey, you better take one of these home COVID tests here." So I said, "Yeah, well, I've taken a couple tests already before, right? When I had problems before, and I thought I might have this terrible virus." And I said, "Well, yeah, I guess I better take that because I don't want to go to work and I teach and I don't want to spread that amongst my students." So she gets the kid out and you do the swabs on the nose. And now Mrs. H has just had the COVID thing 2 weeks ago, right? So she went through it. She understands the tests. She takes the little Q-tip thing, she shoves it in the little, if you ever see this little test, you shove it in there and there's two lines. If those lines transpire, then you're infected. Okay. So as soon as she stuck that in there, the first little line came out. She said, "Oh yeah, you definitely have COVID." She said, "And I've been vaccinated, right? I was vaccinated, like many of you out there, and many people that's still getting this virus has been vaccinated." And I know we never talk about this on our live streams because it's one of those, but I can't go on anymore by if I don't talk about it, it's not there because it is there. So I just wanted to push it out there. So just be safe. Uh, but the whole thing is, I had the whole entire week off, and it's not like a vacation week. Believe me. I mean, you're laying in a recliner or laying on the couch, or I told Miss Stage by this time we need to probably take our recliner outside and just burn it. It's like the sick chair because she was in it for a week. I was in it for a week, and just awful stuff, man. Good morning, switching gears. Roguelite Andy, good morning to you. And Chuck Henson, good morning. Rocky J's in the house. Good morning, Rocky J. Sounds a lot like COVID. And Rocky J, you are exactly right. Good morning, HD Vibe. Another good video there. HD Vibe was out riding some new Harley STs. Lucky guy, lucky guy, lucky guy. And seems to like those a lot. Russell, good morning. Been there. Also been fully vaccinated. Unfortunately, I've had COVID twice. Just take it easy. Oh, Russell, man, twice. You know, and it's just like you can't do anything. You can't. You have zero energy to do anything. Um, and I was still trying to send lessons in because, like I said, I have students, so I have subs. We have subs that go in our classrooms, obviously, when we're not there, and it was nice to be able to at least post lessons, and hopefully your kids are doing them. But I'll see Monday if they did. I hope they took care of things. Jackie Boy said this is because the vaccination isn't really a vaccination. And I'm not going into it's a therapeutic to help you if you do. Okay, Jackie Boy, and I believe that. I believe being vaccinated, and Mrs. H was vaccinated. We both believe that it lessened the effects because Bodine said him and his wife both had it before they were vaccinated, and he said he like had trouble breathing, and I luckily didn't experience that. A lot of coughing, normal stuff like that. So that's why they changed the definition of vaccine, Mr. McStash says. Yeah, so did 130 miles yesterday. Paul says, you get a flu shot, doesn't mean you won't get the flu. So, Smarty Cowboy, very good point. Very good point. So Triglide Ed said it's like the shingles shot, but it does help from getting shingles. And Triglide Ed, I did get the shingles vaccination. If you're anybody out there over the age of 50, I would highly recommend them. Um, and I don't know. I hope it helps because my mom had shingles and my stepdad had shingles. And guys, it is not fun. So if you've ever had the chickenpox virus, you are susceptible to shingles. So please get your shingles vaccine today. Call your local doctors for more information. That was my placement ad. I think I could do voiceovers. Hey, what do you think about that? Anyway, so with that said, I'm back. I am still kind of nasally. I don't know why this is. I don't know what this is today. It's just the stupid weather, man. Yesterday it was snowing, then it gets to be 60, then it snows, then it's 60, then it snows, and it's like, what the heck is going on with Mother Nature? She's messing with motorcyclists. I think that's what she's doing. That's what she's doing. I guess I had to straighten my windows, so I could not drive to work. Can't wait till I get this fixed. Hey, James, Romy, good morning to you. Glad to have you on board there. I had the shingle shot at 60 and got shingles at 62. Oh, man, that's not good. But at least the effects tremendously. And I'm glad it helped because I am not looking forward to that, guys. I tell Mrs. HR all the time, back in the old days, I don't even know, maybe the settler days or, life expectancy was like 50, 55 people died off. And, now with modern medicine, they keep us living until we're 80s or 90s. And, a lot of people that watch my videos are, above the age of 55. And I can see that because we have analytics. Now, but I tell her a lot of times, it's like, how come your whole entire world breaks down at the age of 50, man? As soon as you hit 50, everything starts hitting you. Boom, shingles, boom, this, boom, that, boom, this. And we start getting like bleh, And it's hard to stay not being bleh. So, but anyway, you guys feel that. You guys know that. I mean, a lot of you are over 50. You know where I'm coming from. But anyhow, we're here to talk about motorcycling, right? Yay, motorcycling. I haven't got to do much motorcycling yet this year, really. Did anybody bring breakfast? Good morning, Moon 7855. Money 7855. Did anybody bring breakfast? That's awesome. Paul said, I hold off answering you, Bob, if I've ridden those roads. All right. Anyway, just checking some chat here and see what's going on. Mr. McStash thinks somebody's in a mirror. Yeah, this camera is not like the greatest in the world. It is. It's a DSLR camera. Running it through HDMI into my computer. But I just can't get the settings right. I watched the guy's videos, and his video is crisp, man. But I can't get the video right. Anyhow. So what was it? Thursday? Yeah, Wednesday. I think it was Wednesday. It was 70 degrees here, man. And it was interesting because Be the Rider PA called me about 3 o'clock, said, hey, man, you going for a ride after work? And I said, man, I'd love to go for a ride. I said, but I don't really want to leave the house. I have no energy. So I told him about everything that was going on. But I did go over and I did sit on the bike and I took a picture, and that's where the thumbnail came from today's show. I took that picture on Wednesday. I had to go outside. Fresh air and sunshine does something to the body, and it just makes you feel better, just to get out of your house a little bit. And so anyway, I went out. I sat on the bike, and it took everything I had. And I told Bob that yesterday when I was talking to him. I said it took everything I had to do not to start that engine, throw a helmet on, and go for a ride. But I knew better. I knew better. I better not do that. So I didn't take the bike out, but I sure do miss riding. I miss being out there and getting to uh, get some of that fresh air blown through my head, clear my brain out a little bit, But but a lot of you are getting out there now, starting to ride. A lot of your videos are getting produced, and that's really an awesome thing to see. I love having the videos up. At least I can sit back and watch them. And love him or hate him, cover your mouth when you cough, Jackie. Some of us are sitting close to our voice. Jackie, did I cough? Wait. I'm sorry. Anyway, the what was I just going to tell you? I can't remember what it was. I can't remember it. Anyway. So love him or hate him or love him. And I can go down and people will be mad at me. People might even unsub because I watched this guy. But $1 Million Bogan has been keeping me entertained this week. Him and his girlfriend, wife, I don't really know the relationship. It's really interesting to watch them because they're driving across Australia, right? Like in the outback. And there's days, guys, it's 110 degrees. They just fall off the motorcycle. Now, is some of it drama because he's a drama king or drama queen? Whatever, however you want to take that. But he does ride his motorcycle, and it is 110. Whew, that poor girl, she just falls off the back of that bike like she's dead, man. I mean, I rode in heat before like that. We rode one day coming back from out west. I think it was 105. We rode about 50 miles and we were just sick. I mean, just sick to our stomachs. It was horrible how bad it was. And I couldn't imagine 110. You think girlfriend Harley Moonrise? I don't know. Is it girlfriend or wife or I don't know for sure. If you're on a motorcycle and you're riding, are you riding or driving? Paul says. I watched some of that. Rogueline Andy said I watched some of that. They are nuts in the places they take their bikes. Yeah, they are really crazy. Hell's on Two Wheels sounds like Las Vegas this year when we were riding. There was 119 degrees. Oh, Hell's on Two Wheels, man. That is hell on two wheels. Like I said, we lived through that. Myself and Miss HDR, I had heat exhaustion. I almost ran into a tractor trailer truck on the highway. Guys, and I can honestly say, I think a big thing is, and I think our videos portray that a lot of times when we're traveling, is don't push yourself. We were trying to make it an extra 100 miles that one day. And when I was having troubles with heat exhaustion, not heat stroke, but heat exhaustion to the point where your mind starts to get really cloudy and you're almost in a daze, right? And I kept drifting left. The bike behind us told me that I kept drifting into the tractor trailer trucks. And tractor trailer drivers, guys, as much as you may say they don't watch out for bikers, a lot of tractor trailer drivers are bikers. Okay. They are. They are watching me and they were moving over to like the medial strip, uh, trying to get out of my way and give me a little bit more road. And then Miss Stationer would grab my belt almost like a horse, right? Like a rein. And she would grab that belt hoop and it would pull me back over to the right. And she finally smacks on back on my helmet. She said, "Get off at the next exit." I was like, "But why? We're trying to get this 100 miles. We got to make it to our next destination." And we pulled off. We found a Harley shop. And that's one thing nice when Harley shops, guys, when you're traveling. And I don't care if you ride a Honda, you can go there. If you ride a a Yamaha, whatever, you can go there. Tennessee Wingman says V is Bogan's last girlfriend. How long she lasts is yet to be seen. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, and her name V? Is it like VEE? I guess maybe I don't know. But anyway, so I was riding in an oven. Couldn't ride more than 30 minutes time before getting sick. I'm just going to feature this for a minute here. So Hell on Two Wheels says he was riding in an oven, couldn't go more than 30 minutes at a time before getting sick. And we do that as motorcyclists. I think we want that next mile, right? We have a destination in our head. Or when myself and Miss HDR travels, we have, I think, not so much when we're getting from point A to point B, she'll find things we want to see. And we try to make it to that general area to stay for the day. Okay. Then we go out and we have dinner or something. We try to go around and see things. Sometimes you just can't push yourself. Sometimes you just got to say, hey, it's just the way it goes. Who's texting me here? Let's see. Hog chapter. Chilly this morning, 53, but they're still going on a group ride. They're going to Grandma Joe's for lunch. Oh, man. Grandma Joe's? I don't even know where that's at. Let's see. I'm just trying to get through the chat. I want to get you guys involved a little bit this morning in this. HDR, at that point, sounds like it's time to shut it down. HD Vibe says. And you're exactly right. So that particular day, that's exactly what had to happen was we had to we found a Harley shop. And like I was saying, anybody can stop at a Harley shop. It's nice that they always, there's always vending machines there. There's always coffee, if you need a cup of coffee. That particular day, I probably didn't. But they have these nice little sitting rooms where you can sit and just kind of relax. And nobody thinks anything of it. You're a traveler and they welcome you, right? Mrs. HDR started looking around the showroom, as she does when we go to any Harley shop. People want to look at t-shirts or shopping or do whatever. And so she's looking around the shop a little bit and she finds this cooling thing that goes around your neck. Okay. The idea is it's almost like a bandana, really, but the idea of this thing is it gets really soft and wet. So she soaked it down in the sink, got it really cold as we can get it, and put it around my neck. It was like, oh. Like I could feel my body opening back up after that hot, heated ride. So I really recommend to stop. Jackie Boy says, hottest I ever ridden in during a ride in Florida was 110. More than one of us got loopy. That's the way to put it. A guy at the gas station came out and gave us water and chewed us out for riding in this weather. And you're exactly right. Let's see here. 10 Wingman. We ride a lot down here in the heat. A trick we use is to soak a cool shirt. Okay, put it on underneath your mesh jackets, and the airflow of the water will keep you cooled down nicely. And that's a good trick, man. Thank you very much. Sometimes those kind of tricks. HDAV Vibe here. The cooling vests are helpful in high temperatures. Those are good to have too. Oh man, 105 from Kentucky into Memphis years back. 2 bottles of water every half hour. Man, I tell you what, be the rider PA. Seems like all you guys have experienced this. All you guys have experienced some kind of a dehydration or not, and maybe we'll call it a heat episode for sure. Riding is harder than most people think riding distance. Also, Harley dealers have washers and dryers if you need to dry out from it. I didn't know that. I didn't know Harley dealers had washers and dryers. That's interesting. Very interesting stuff. Sometimes you guys, we all talk about this as motive loggers too. And if you're not, you can still chime in on this for sure. But we all talk about being moto vloggers, and we all talk uh, continuously. I talk to people all the time about. Um, I talk to people all the time about topics. Be like, man, I need a topic, and I don't know what to talk about. And when I'm out there on the bike, I get all jammed up. Guys down south, here's what you can do for us guys up north: is if you have these tricks, if you have these cooling tricks that you do because you live in a very hot climate, do a couple videos on that. Share it with us because we don't know. We don't know up here in the north. Our normal temperatures are like 70 to 80, 70 to 90, okay, in the summertime is our normal temperatures. So that would be a really great thing to do there. Toby Northern, good morning to you, buddy. Glad to have you on board there this morning. We are sitting in the Pentagon parking lot for Rolling Thunder. I didn't even know Rolling Thunder. Oh, you were sitting. I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. We had an HD cooler in the tour pack. Once it was half empty of bottles, cold water, and we wet those down to cool our heads. Man, that's awesome. And I was looking at that, putting a little cooler in one of my saddlebags just to keep cold water in. Water squirt bottle, be the rider, PA. I used a water squirt bottle. It would spray my shirt to cool down. That's a good idea. Harley Day rider, beer is not water. I don't drink beer. Who thinks I drink beer? I don't. Maybe occasionally. No, you have to have plain water. You just have to have water for sure. Try to go back down here a little bit, see what else is going on here this morning. So, but yeah, a lot of you have experienced that. But my main idea here for this little rant on Saturday morning is, don't push yourself, guys. I mean, we're all big bad bikers, right? We all want to go that extra 10 miles or extra 100 miles. And if you're just not feeling it, just don't go. I've had days where Road Glide Andy will call me up and he'll say, "Hey, HDR, let's go ride." I'll be like, "Dude," and I'm not making excuses. It's just you don't feel it. And if you're not feeling it, don't go. I mean, or even if you're on the road and you're the other couple we were with now, the other gentleman, they were riding a trike, okay, which you think would be a lot safer, but you still have to maneuver the trike, right? Anybody that rides a trike will tell you have to turn the bars, right? It's not like leaning the trike, okay? So he was wearing himself out, turning the bar, even getting on the highway. I guess you have to steady it. I don't know. I don't have a trike. People that have trikes, you could fill this in for me. Fill in the dialogue. So he actually got to the point where he was suffering from heat stroke, okay, where he was sick and there was just, you should have seen, there was sweat like running down the sides of his face and it was scary. And he said, look, he said, I can't ride tomorrow. He said, so we found a nice, decent hotel in a decent area. And what happened was he went into the hotel room, in his hotel room, him and his wife and myself and Miss HDR got our room, and we didn't see him, dude, until the following day. Not like the next whole day, he stayed in the room in air conditioning. He was sick. It physically just drained everything out of him, and he couldn't do anymore. So sometimes plan on that too on your vacations. Is plan on a day where you're just going to park your motorcycle, guys, cover it up. I know we love to ride. I know we want to do the miles. I know we want to get places, but plan that. So I'll tell you about that is if you're not feeling here, Toby says this too. Let's put this out there. If you're not feeling it, that contributes to mental distractions. You may become more of a threat than helping with wind therapy. Toby, that's a good thought. You're right. It's up here, guys. When you stop sweating is when you should get really concerned. Hell's on two wheels, and you're right. That's exactly where he was. He was getting to that point where he was just physically sick. So, and that happens, so You have to know when to stop. So anyway, let's get back to this. So last year, we went on vacation with the Bodines and with the Bronco rides. So we spent a week with them, and then myself and Miss HDR, they were go back to their normal lives, and we decided we were taking another week on the road. So we left and we went left as they were going right. Okay, because we were going further south. So as we were going, we hit an idea. We wanted to go to Florida because we wanted to go to Key West, and that was our plan. We were going to ride down and go to Key West, Florida. Get some pictures with the furthest point of south or whatever the heck. And it worked out where they were having a hurricane. So we watched the news. We watched that hurricane hit, and we're like, we ain't going. So we didn't go. Bronco ride. Hey, Bronco ride has a good idea. He carries a camelback of water reserve that really helps. And that's a good idea, too. Have that little backpack on, that little hose. You can suck that hose and have that water. That's a good idea. That's really good morning, Judy. Jeff Rice, good to have you on board there this morning. So anyway, so we couldn't go there. Then we decided we were going to go visit Saddle Tramp. Okay, now if you don't know, Saddle Tramp is down around New Orleans. I got a hold of him on Instagram. We talked back and forth a little bit, and I told him prior to this that we're going to try to visit, and he was cool with it. So we're going to visit and have dinner maybe with him and his wife somewhere, meet them. But we scheduled a hotel. We booked a hotel, okay, about 400 miles from where our current location was. We woke up that morning. It was raining pretty good. But like any motorcyclist, what are you going to do? Put your rain suit on. Let's go. So we both gear up. We go outside. The rain quits. Wow. Great. Now, we both do what motorcyclists do, which you probably shouldn't do right after a rainstorm, and it stops, and the sky still looks like kind of crap. We took our rain suits off. We rolled them up, and what do? We put them in the saddlebags. That makes sense because it quit raining. We get on the motorcycle, we get off, we get up into traffic, and traffic is kind of bumper to bumper. We were kind of in a town or suburb, or I don't know what the heck it was. But anyway, you get the idea. So, well, then what happens? I said, hey, Miss HDR. She says, yes. And we're on the phone. She goes, yes. May I help you? I said, did you notice the new water on the windshield? Yes. She says, and I'm also getting water on my helmet shield. And I said, yes. She goes, I think it's going to rain again. I said, do you think? Because both of us took our rain suits off because we're smart bikers. It looked like rain, but it ain't going to rain because bikers don't want rain, right? We don't want rain. Anyway, so the way the story went, we decided to try to push on. Now, she already booked this hotel. Don't ever book your hotels until you're 50 miles or less from the hotel. And actually, Bodine 52 and his wife tried that last year, and he found out that it's fine. Because and Bodine's a well-traveled person. He traveled for years with his work. So he is the type of person where you call ahead, 2 months ahead, you book a hotel room, you know where you're going to stay, and everything's good. What do they call that? Copacetic. Is that the word? That's a good word for the day. Anyway, well, when you do this on a motorcycle, you don't know what you're going to run into. Well, Mrs. HDR booked that morning, 400 miles away. Folks, we hit a typhoon. We hit a rainstorm so hard, so vicious, that you couldn't see 2 feet in front of you. And I was like, we can't go that way. We can't go anymore. And we were heading towards New Orleans. And I think the hotel was in New Orleans. And I said, we can't go that way. She said, but there's no refunds on this hotel. And I said, oh, my Lord. Oh, what are we going to do now? And in New Orleans, I don't know if you know it, and it's probably even more money now than it was last year, but the hotels were really expensive. I mean, I'm talking I don't know. It was probably $250 a night hotel. And we don't stay at those. When you travel, you look for something like 80 to $100 a night is kind of your average. You're looking for that 80 to $100. You don't want a hotel room that's $40 a night or that charges by the hour. Don't stay there. That's probably not a good hotel. Hey, Badgers, good morning to you. Welcome on board there this morning. Good to have you in there this morning. Guns N' Roses says, I wear a white helmet, which is much cooler than black. And I've heard that. Just try and go back up. I don't want to miss anybody as I'm talking here. Smyrna Cowboy, I carry a small cooler of water bottles with ice. That way you can stop, rehydrate, and put some down your t-shirts. That's a good idea. So I'm not trying to miss anybody here. Motel 6, we leave a light on for you. HDR lifts his shirt up during Mardi Gras. There you go. I was trying to get some beads. So anyway, what happened was, let's go back here just a little bit, gentlemen. What happened was at that point, we pull over in the gas station with one of those overhangs, and we put our rain suits back on. Okay, because like I said, now remember it was very, very bad. This was a bad rainstorm. But you can't go anywhere. You can't get anywhere by sitting still. Okay, that's just the laws of physics doesn't allow that to happen. So if you're sitting still, you're not moving. You're not putting any miles on anywhere. So Captain Ed, good morning to you. Glad to have you on board there this morning. See if I didn't miss anybody. Rogueline Andy says I like $15 to $20 campsite. And Rogueline Andy, and I'm with you. I'm with you, but let me tell you something. And I don't know, I don't think you and your wife has ever done this. When you guys go on a 2-week cross-country trip, okay, where you're changing cities every night like we do. We change every day, pretty much every day you're changing a location. And with 2-up riding, we can't carry our camping gear. And I know Be the RP is going to say buy a trailer. And that would be okay. But Mrs. H, you're scared to death of a trailer. And if I can keep my wife comfortable on the motorcycle, I'm not doing anything to ruin that balance, right? And you guys, your spouses out there, or women, if your husband rides with you, maybe. You guys understand that you don't want to ruin that balance. So I'm not going to put a trailer on the bike. But Rogue Gliding, you can't carry all the camping stuff and all your personal stuff. And you don't want to set up a campsite every day and tear it down and set it up and tear it down and set it up and tear it down and cook breakfast and wash dishes. And you just don't want to do that. That's not the way to travel, the way we travel, right? Now, if we were going to Mother Jugs and Speed's campground, and I know that's a nice one down by the back of the Dragon, and you're going to stay there for a whole week and you're going to set a nice campsite up, I would do that. I think that's a wonderful, I love moto camping, guys. I think moto camping is one of the coolest things in the world because you pull in on a motorcycle, people's like, look at them people over there. How are they going to be able to live on that motorcycle? And then next thing you know, you have a tent up, you have your cooking stove out, you're making coffee, and they're like, them people got their crap together. So I love moto camping. Don't get me wrong. But we both talked about there's no way we can travel the way we travel in camp. So hotels are it. But anyway, nothing like sitting under a gas station or a bank canopy in a car wash when you're right. You're right, Jackie boy. There's nothing like that. I will come pick up Mrs. HDR and tow her on my trailer. Hey, Be the Rider PA. Absolutely. If you want to do that, I'm game. If she's game, and she trusts Jim. She trusts Jim's riding abilities, so she'll go with you on the bike for sure. And you can show her how that handles. How does that work? How does that trailer work on that motorcycle? And a lot of people do it, and I think it's awesome. I do, and I would love to be able to moto camp across country. I think that would be great. Now, here's something else to tell you that for me and the guys, I'm trying to get a group. We want to get a group together. It's going to go from well, I'm in Pennsylvania, so we're going to go from the East Coast, but we're not going to go over to Jersey, right? Let's go over to Jersey and go all the way over west, right? But actually get the cameras backward. This would be east, like to west. And I'm trying to get the guys to do that bike a bunker, bike. bunk a biker, where you can stay in people's yards for free. I don't want to, particularly, I don't care to stay in people's houses. I mean, that's fine if that's an option, but I figure if nothing else, then if it's just me and the guys, I want to load the camping gear up on the bike and do that. Ride across country and just camp. And I'd like to do it for as small amount of money as I can. And that's the second part of the goal. But right now the gas is like $22 a gallon. Okay, it's not $22 a gallon, HDR. You're exaggerating again. Anyway, so gas is like, I don't know. Gas is what? Premium gas here right now is like $4.49 a gallon. So to fill the motorcycle up 6 gallons is what? 6 times 4? I don't know. You do the math. So I don't think we can do it as cheap as what you used to do it years ago. But I think it is our biggest expense when we travel is lodging and food. That's the biggest expense, is lodging and food. So, and we don't eat, guys. I don't know how you eat when you travel, but years ago I used to watch a biker. I can't remember his name. He's not even around anymore. But he talked about traveling. So the idea is when you go out traveling, and if you sit down at lunchtime, you eat a big bowl of pasta, and you eat a bunch of bread, and you're like, oh, this is so good. Oh, I was so hungry. Well, what happens is, like 2 hours into that ride, after that, you're like this. Get awake. I'm so tired. So you don't eat like that, right? When we stop at lunchtimes, or we get like a salad, or maybe a baked chicken sandwich or something like that, something more healthy, something on the lines that's going to be a little healthier, and that's what you want when you're traveling, right? When you're touring on a motorcycle. And we can debate this forever, right? Small pop-up camp on a Spider would be cool. Go to KOA Camp or Smyrna Cowboy. You got the right idea. And like I said, I'm not trying to put anybody off. I'm trying to read the chat as I'm trying to talk. And sometimes I talk more than I read the chat. But all of you are very important. So I really appreciate everybody in there this morning. I appreciate everybody coming on board. I hope you come on board every week. Every Saturday, this show is live, man, at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every Saturday morning. And there's a lot more of you in there this morning, and I appreciate everybody there. $7.29 for premium in California. That is amazing. Amazingly expensive. Holy cow. Anyhow, so I would love to do that if I could find a group of guys that want to do it. And I know Bronco Ride and I know Bodine, they're both big moto campers, and they've both been getting their bikes ready to camp. So I think that's going to be a big plus, that they can do it. Be the Rider PA's been talking to me already. We're going to do the 4 corners. The 4 corners. So it's the 4 furthest corners of the United States is what we're going to do. And we're going to try to do that in like 2 weeks. We're not in 2 weeks, but we're going to take 2 weeks worth of time and try to drive the 4 corners. Now, I don't know how many miles that is. I imagine it's a lot, and I imagine we're going to see a lot. So I think it's going to be awesome. And maybe we'll take our camping gear then too. Maybe we'll just, then if you need a hotel room, you can always pick up a hotel. But if not, just stay in the tent, man. Living on the road. That's something we can all do. But anyway, 110 days till VAM, Jackie Boy says. So there you go, 110 days. Bob Nelson says, are we going to store any beer at his room during VAM? Actually, this year, Bob, we actually have our accommodations. We won't be homeless this year at VAM. Last year, myself and Bronco Ride was homeless at VAM for a day. So we had to store all of our stuff in Bob Nelson's room, which he was very courteous to allow us to do that. And that was awesome. But anyway, Be the Rider says that 2 nights camping, 1 night in hotel. So, and you could figure that out, for sure. 4 corners. I call that framing the union. WS Keys on 3. Good morning. Rob Motor Ventures. I'm sorry I didn't catch you guys. Larry Mullins. Good morning. Just trying to get through my good mornings. Get her done. That's a great name, man. I love that comedian. Get her done. The cable guy. Definitely love the comedian there for sure. Moto Tanky, good morning to you. $2.32 a liter. $2.32 a liter. Whew, in the UK. So a liter, 3.5 liters is a gallon. I did find out a few weeks ago in this show. And that kind of sticks to my head now. But 3.5 liters to a gallon. So that's pretty awesome. But that's a lot of money. It's amazing what this gas prices. Paul said he paid $4.30 a gallon for 93% octane yesterday. You know, I don't know. What do you guys think? Should you put lower octane fuel in your motorcycles and put a little bit of octane boost in it from an octane can? Would that make sense? Or do you just bite the bullet? I'm sure I'll just bite the bullet. I'm going to ride. Motorcyclists be like, yeah, premium gas, $20 a gallon. Yep, I put 6 in this tank. I'm riding. Because that's what we do. We ride. We're riders, right? Somebody said that earlier. On a motorcycle, do you ride it or drive it? Well, you ride it. You don't drive a motorcycle. You ride it. You're not the driver. You're the rider. Then that may differ. That may get you thinking. Then what do they call the person on the back? Well, that's not the rider of the motorcycle. That's the passenger. That's the passenger on the motorcycle. I'm just saying. Moto said liters to gallon, very impressive HDR. Hey, you guys taught me that a few weeks ago. 3.5 liters equals 1 gallon. And in the US, we don't do metrics. When I was in school as a small lad, back just a few years ago, in grade school, not that long ago, they tried to teach us the metric system. Well, it was deemed back then in the United States of America that it was going to either cost too much money to educate everybody or cost too much money to redo all the signage and everything in the United States, that we would never convert to the metric system. So there you go. That's what happened. That's what happened many years ago. Okay, 3.78 liters equals a gallon. Sonic's 3.78 liters. In the United States, they sell gas here at 0.99 of a gallon. Did you ever know that? It's 0.99. It's like they don't measure it by the full gallon because volume, I guess they can expand or contract, or I don't know much about science, but I do know about liquid, and liquid can heat and it can get expanded. It can decrease. And gas is combustible, and you get the idea. But yeah, it's always like for 0.99 of a gallon, you pay, $15 a gallon or whatever. It's ridiculous. I don't know. And we can sit here and we can talk about gas prices all day. What stand are you using for the DSL camera at your desk? The camera you're using now. What's the desk stand? Toby, the camera's on a tripod and it's back there. It's across the room, actually. Is what the camera's on. I can't show it to you, I don't think. Here, maybe. Let's see if we can do this. Check this out. Let me see if I can do this. Let's see if we can show you this. No, maybe. Here, Toby, does that give you a visualization? That's what the setup looks like right now. So the camera's back there. The microphone boom's down here. Yeah, right here. So hopefully that cleared that up there for you. But yeah, it's on a tripod, so that's where it's at. So anyway, yeah, I mean, we can sit here all day long and we can badger about these gas prices, but the bottom line, and I told Rogan Andy, I said, I think it's going to take a hit, maybe, I don't know, on the group rides this year. I don't think many people come out for group rides because they're not going to ride their motorcycles for, I don't say it the wrong way. They're not going to just ride to ride. They're going to ride to kind of do. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Me personally, I don't care. I'll fill the gas tank up on the bike and I'm going riding. That motorcycle has sat in that garage all winter. I've worked on it. I've done things to it, and now just I have to get it out and I have to make it. The reason I spent the money was to ride the motorcycle, so we're going to get it out of there and ride for sure. Harley 103 said, "Let's see here, Harley 103." It's funny to hear some people complain about the price of fuel, and then you see them buy an energy drink for $3 a can and not think anything about it. Yeah. Harley 103, I think I could debate that. I can. Paul said their gas is by the full gallon. Yeah, ours been in Pennsylvania, it's been 0.99 like that for as long as I can remember, and I don't know why. I don't think we have good measuring stuff here can measure a gallon, but I don't like to brag about frequently expensive businesses, but I just left the gas station. I don't like to brag about frequently expensive businesses, but I just left the gas. There you go. See, just left the gas station. But Harley 103 says that about the can of drink. So I guess, and I am one of the probably great debaters. Yeah, I think you're right, Roguelite 82. I think gas prices are going to affect some of the attendance. I don't know. I guess the only way maybe, and it's a two-edged sword, because I love hog group rides. I went with Rogueline Andy in the group. When was that? December, I think. The last we got together to take her it was the polar bear ride I went on, and I rode with those guys to go out and get some barbecue, and it was really super great. And I wasn't a member of the hog chapter. I took a year off, and I handed Rogueline Andy my $20 across the table. I said, hey, dude, I said, give me a paper. I'm going to sign back up because I love group riding. I love group riding with the hog chapter. It's a great group of guys. Everybody cares for each other, and you could feel that. And we only had like 6 people that day, but you could feel that tightness of just being with them guys, And even when I took a year off, guys, I'd go to the hog chapter or the hog Harley shop, Valley Harley Davidson in Triadelphia. And I would go there and it'd be like, hey, HDR, man, where you been, man? HDR, how come you haven't been to a meeting? And like they cared about me. It was like HDR like flipped me off because I wasn't a member anymore. They're like, they wanted me to be the member. They wanted me to be a member. And you feel like you're part of a group. But, and I love group riding, but that gets me to say that maybe Roguelite Andy, if you make the rides shorter this year and not as long, maybe that I love long rides. You guys know that, man. There's a ride going out to Hillbilly Hot Dogs, and I don't know if it's Washington Hog doing it or Valley Hog, but that's going to be an awesome day. I mean, we're leaving in the morning, and you want to talk about all day riding. And then you're going to get a hot dog and some onion rings at one of the best hot dog places in the United States of America called Hillbilly Hot Dogs out in the middle of the bush. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Myself and Mrs. HDR ate there several years ago, and I can't wait to get back, man. If there's a topping, it's on their hot dogs. I mean, you can order anything, man. You can order pig rinds if you want them on your hot dogs. So it's absolutely amazing stuff. That's going to be a good ride. So who knows? Who knows? It's not the price of gasoline that is high. It's the taxes they have raised. I think it's both. I have to leave in 5 minutes. What? John Rowe, you live 5 minutes from Hillbilly Hot Dogs. And if we don't meet you, my friend, when we're there, we're going to have a big problem. So, John, make sure you hit me up on Instagram. And I've been telling you guys that if you want to meet us, we're going to have a meetup in Ohio also. My Dun Life, Hillbilly is awesome. You doing it May 14th. I don't know what the date is. I have to go back and look at my Facebook posts to see when they posted that. But I really, really hope it's a nice day and I want to go on that ride. I think that would be awesome. Uh, do I think we should leave early in the morning? Yeah, I think probably we should pull out about 7 or 8 in the morning because it is a journey. Life is a journey. I'm gonna buy myself some hot dogs, hot dogs, hot dogs. Um, that's some quality food there. Very tasty. Bronco Ride said, "Oh, Bronco Ride must have been at Hillbilly Hot Dogs also." I don't know. Maybe you were at one point, but it's an awesome place. Ricky KM, never be sorry for being late. You are here, and that's what matters now. So I appreciate you coming for sure. Absolutely. Love all you guys on here. And we have a great chat every morning, every Saturday morning. But yeah, John, hit me up. We're talking about in Ohio. We're going to be going to Ohio, myself, Bronco Ride, and Be the Rider PA. Not Be the Rider PA, I'm sorry. Myself, Bodine, and Bronco Ride are going to Ohio. And we are going to be having a meetup there. Bodine 52 is actually working with a local Harley dealer. I could tell you that. We've drilled that down. So it's going to be at the Harley dealer shop. And we'll have dates and times for you when we get closer. Hopefully, the Harley shop will have some kind of, we're trying to coordinate with them to have like a cookout. Maybe they'll have a band or something. We can come out, we do a meet and greet, see everybody, and hang out. Anybody from the Ohio region, tri-state region, we're going to try to make it big. They're going to do their thing to host us, and it's just not us. We want them to host our community, so all of you guys are welcome. We want to get the whole community there, and we're nobody fancy, but all you guys are fancy, right? We want to meet you guys probably more than what you wanted to meet us. So that's the truth. That's why I go to VAM, is to meet all these great moto vloggers. I mean, I look up to you guys, man. When you post the videos and you do your video editing, I look up to that, and I'm like, that's awesome. So, but we just wanted to. He's had a lot of people ask him about when we're going to be in Ohio, so we thought, yeah, we'll see if we can't put it together for at least one evening is what we're thinking, because we're going to be spending a week. I think we're like a week in Ohio. So riding the Windy Nine. I call it the Windy Nine. Why do you guys say it's Windy Nine? We'll be riding the Windy Nine, all 9 roads in Ohio. So we hope to see everybody out there for sure. Dates will be coming as we get closer to that time to give you some heads up. So if you live close, it's just one of those like driving things. Just ride in and visit. We've had people already contact us, said, "Oh, can we ride the triple nickel with you?" And yeah, we'll determine how that works out. I mean, I'm not opposed to anything like that. So, and if you ride the triple nickel with us, and if you think you're keeping up with Bronco Ride, don't do it. We just let him go, and he rides about himself there until we can't hear him on the communicators anymore. And then we'll generally pull myself and Bodine, pull our bikes over, and we text him. We say, "Dude, you got to slow down," and he'll finally slow down, because you lose him on the sentence. It's like Bronco, Bronco, Cullen, and you just lose him. So that happens. We do it all the time. So yeah, you're not gonna keep up with Bronco Ride for sure. But anyway, I think we talked about a lot today. We learned a lot. There's no lady like way to eat a hot dog. WS Keys on 3s. That's cute. There's no easy way to eat a hot dog. Bronco Eyes says lies. It's not lies. We have a meet and greet one evening at a Harley shop. That's what Bodine just said. So we've been talking about that, and that's definitely going to be happening. Guys, like I said in the opener of this show today, and I'm very overwhelmed by the responses to this show number 66 shows I've been doing in a row here on Saturday mornings, and I love it. I love everybody coming out, because you guys are the community. We're in a community together. I don't believe any part of our community is any more important than any other part. So I think that's awesome how we hang together and we do things like this. I hope you all make VAM. I hope all of you, and I believe a lot of you are going to be there, just to shake hands, man. I like getting pictures with people. I'm a picture guy. I watch your videos and I see your motorcycle dashes as you're riding and talking to me, or You know, a lot of times people don't like to be on camera, but when I get to meet you, man, and shake your hands, that's what I like in life. That's my goal, is to meet everybody, shake your hand, and say, "How you doing?" Um, and again, tomorrow night we'll be doing the fireside chat with the boys. We are going to be on Bronco Ride's channel. He has an awesome lineup for you. He has an awesome show lined up for you. I think it's going to be probably one of our better ones. Um, and we're trying to keep it fresh, guys. Trust me, we don't want it to get old. I think this show kind of relies on a lot of me just BSing you, and I think we got a lot through today. I mean, it felt like we talked about a lot. But tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Um, may not make it. Surgery has been expensive. Oh, you mean the VAM, to VAM. Well, yeah, yeah. Roguelite Andy, I can tell you what, your medical bills, send them $10 a month. They'll be just happy. They'll be happy. I just seen the other day that Americans, and this is funny, Americans have over $14 trillion in medical debt. So, Roguelite Andy, you're not the only one, partner. So, $14 million in medical debt. Let that number resonate into your brain here for a little bit. But everybody, thank you so much. I am very much humbled each week that all of you show up, and you know, we have great chats, man. We have great chats. I did want to show you something this morning. Check out Touring Midwest's new show. He's doing a show now called crap, I can't remember the name of it, but anyway, check it out. It's on YouTube right now. It's been released. It's going to be every weekly. What We Ride Weekly, or What We Ride Weekly, We Ride something. But anyway, what's cool about that is follow him on Instagram, send him a picture of your motorcycle, and he's going to feature our motorcycles and talk about like the people that ride, why you ride, what you ride, how come you ride. That's an awesome show idea. And Drew is doing that, Touring Midwest. So check that out. Send him some love for sure. Um, Larry, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Larry. I do appreciate that. I don't know about the best, or just the guy that's able to turn on his computer and get it to work here every Saturday morning so we can chit chat and have a great time. But guys, thank you so much again for being here. I truly appreciate it. You know, get out there and ride, man. And if you can, and I hope you do. And I know as soon as this weather breaks, I'll be back on the road. So be bringing some new content, as they say, to you, and we'll be live in the living color on the motorcycle. So, hey guys, thank you so much. It's been an honor to be here with you again this week, and I will talk to everybody next Saturday. Until then, remember, as I always tell you, ride your own ride. Be safe out there. Harley Day Rider, be down and out in the beautiful HDR studios here in southwestern Pennsylvania. Have a good day, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow night. Bye-bye.